You know, when I was looking at this, it said stability for our children, and I was wondering, what does that mean? Well, we're going to find out now. Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Northwestern, Mr. Damien Crawford, can't call him senator anymore, he's now MP, along with Mr. Kevin Whittick, who's the principal of Mount Rosser Primary and Infant School, and Pastor Howard Facey, who's representative of the Ministers Fraternal. And they're here now to tell us what this is all about. Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I hope and pray that if you had family down there, everybody all right?
Yes,
down here, I mean, in the West, everybody's all right?
Yes. My Westmoreland people are all right.
Yeah, that's great news. Solidarity Student Exchange Program.
Yes.
Member of Parliament. Good morning to everyone. Explain that for me, please, sir.
Okay, so as you know, a section of the island has been dramatically affected by the hurricane. And the Lord was gracious enough that another section was able to help that section of the island. It could have happened that the entire island would have been devastated. And we thank the Lord for those mercies. So we looked at it and said, well, we were spared the worst damages, and we wanted to assist by hosting children who have been extremely affected. We call it double major. So major either by home, access, or school. We would host them for 6 months and they will attend our schools. So we engage the Ministers Fraternal, and they have been engaging their congregation for hosting, and we engage the schools, and they have identified the spaces. And out of that, we engage, for example, Flo, who had committed to keeping them connected to their parents by giving them 6 months of telephone packages, and also the Food for the Poor, who has given us books and also 200 chairs, decks and chairs for the schools to have the furniture to facilitate. So we're taking them into the Linstead areas and environs. They live with us for 6 months, and they'll go to school for that period.
Taking them from where exactly?
From all the 5 parishes that have been the major impact.
Fantastic.
So those 5 parishes, the pastors, affected principals, and the affected politicians are identifying those children. They will come stay with us, and we will be their family for the next 6 months.
And those are children at the critical stages, at the PEP and the...
Well, at all stages.
All stages.
Right. So we're asking for double major. So persons whose house and school have been affected, for example, is a double major. Or a person whose access and house is affected is a double major. So there's over 6,000 students whose school have been totally decimated. And so they are going into host schools. However, unless you have family or something to stay with, you can't leave the environment. So that is what we're trying to do. Additionally, the mitigation of the health risk, because, you know, leptospirosis, etc. And also with high stress, there's also abuse of children. So we want to take them out of the space and carry them into our spaces.
Amazing.
What's the take-up been like?
Well, Pastor,
what's the take-up been like?
Well, the take-up has been trickling slowly but surely. But I think many persons in the West who are affected might not buy into the program as yet, because pastors in the West, meaning affiliated churches from Sir Crawford constituency, like the Church of God of Prophecy, I have spoken to one of our bishops who are in charge of the relief effort in getting back that area together in terms of offering support to put it in their group that this is what we want to see happen. Children coming over from the churches who are affected. And so when they come over to Northwest St. Catherine, the church will be able to go for them where they are hosted and take them to church. And also the church will come on board with food, toiletries, and other stuff. And also, we will offer them that spiritual support and psychosocial support from a church point of view.
Yeah.
Which is important to highlight that Winston Delahaye from the university, they are on board as well. And so whatever is greater than our guidance counselors and churches can affect, because they have adverse experiences, they would be upstream to these psychiatrists from the University of the West Indies.
Mr. Principal, unfortunately, our youngsters are going through it. They just had COVID and stuff. What does that do? I mean, because you're not in class. You go to class every single day. All of us on 6 months, 7 months, you don't go to school. What that do to them?
It's a big thing. And I say a big thing because it's unfortunate. And so learning loss is really great. and for our children at this time to increase the learning loss. It's a major problem, not just for themselves, but for the country at large. And so, as a principal, as an administrator, I believe that with whatever direction and however we can help, we should. At, should I say, Linstead, it's not Linstead as per se, but the entire constituency. And so, the QEC 53, which is the Quality Education Circle 53, which I am a part of, I must say that I'm the PRO for the QEC.
You're doing a good PR.
Yes. Thank you. And as such, we believe that we can help. You know, in recent years, we realize that there's a decline in population in our schools, and so we have space. And when this comes around, we decided, hey, since we have space, we can accommodate some of these students, because we could have been affected as well.
Absolutely.
Thank God we are not. And so we are willing to assist to ensure that they can reach that level to get their utmost best in their education.
So Crawford, why do you think the uptake is slow? Do you think it's an issue of trust? Is it misgiving?
Well, the church is the most trusted entity, which is why I chose to work with the church. However, there's a difficulty in separation, and also school is coming to an end. And so while we wanted to get them for Christmas, some parents are saying, well, the demand for classes is really in January. So we already have 109 hosts. And so therefore the uptake from the host side is good. However, there's a difficulty in separation from your child. And so I'm going to take the next few days to be in the spaces, speaking to the parents and giving them that level of confidence.
Because you're doing this until the end of the next term?
Until June.
The end of the school year.
Until June, right. So therefore they are going to be leaving us on the 30th of June.
Right.
Are this specific, or is just the curriculum you're going through same way like everybody else?
Well, we're still going through the curriculum. However, we have extended days. So we have the social days on Wednesdays and Mondays, and we have the homework days on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What's a social
So
day?
the social days for clubs and societies. So therefore we are going to be, because of the situation, because they're away from home, and also because many of the hosts don't get home until 5 o'clock. We don't want to send them home without an adult there.
Right.
And so we're going to be trying to have an extended school day to have there. We have also received assistance from Access Hardware, who have given us a 50% discount on certain materials. So we're going to be going down and also trying to help with their roofs and things, so that in June they're ready to get back.
And you're personally teaching?
Yeah. I mean, we teach every Saturday down there mathematics, and so they will be engaged in that as well. Today as well, I'm going to Yuatan, because we have some of our schools. Our schools are not name brand schools, but they're some of the best schools. Charlemont is in the top 13 performance in CXC mathematics. Yuatan High School is one of the best known for cosmetology and electrical, and also McGrath is one of the highest students in agriculture. But they're not the Georges and the KCs of the world where everybody knows about them. Also remember, McGrath went to the Costa Cup final last year, and also was the Ben Francis Cup winner the year before. So our schools are just not known widely, but the competence and the capacity is extensive. So we really want to share that with the country.
This is a good multi-stakeholder example of the good that can come when we all decide that we're going to, because everybody has a part to play in this, Pastor.
Right, and I just want to add to the discussion that the Linstead Ministers Fraternal is fully on board with our Member of Parliament, because we think this is a good initiative. Our chairman, Reverend Denzel Jack, is in full support of this initiative.
And anyone that wants to help can contact us at
I read that you
297.
said 200 students. Is that the
200.
cap, or is just
Well,
those you
again, there are systems that we want to learn. But we're hoping that other spaces, other constituencies mimic this and carry it up to 2,000 by doing multiples.
Sim asked the question already about the age group here.
Yes.
So how does that work? In other words, if you have a primary and
So the
fifth
limit
form.
is set by what we have available in our schools. And so if the schools have 50 spaces for first formers, that's the limit for first formers.
Okay.
And if it have 10 spaces for 3 graders, that's the limit for 3 graders. So it's based on the school's limits, that because they must go to school and consume
You were saying
education.
if people want to help, they can reach
2970092, because we estimate total cost of 22,000 per month per child, and that includes transportation, etc. And we're trying to make sure that the cost of the host isn't exorbitant. So we've asked even JPS for a $1,000 voucher per family, so that the utility costs don't become
So
expensive.
where are you going to get the money from?
Well, the churches have committed. They have also been raising funds in the contributions. The Ministry of Education have indicated that those on path, they'll continue to sustain them with path lunches, and we're asking also for breakfast. So we're just going around, and Jamaicans have been doing their bit, going down with packages every week. So
Love it,
Gonna
Member
be
of
doing-
Parliament.
And just to add to it, that members from the various churches have opened their homes to some of these children. The 4-H club that has a dorm,
Beautiful.
some will be hosted there. And the Methodist Church also has come on board with their
with
mans.
their buildings.
Just to add, I mean, as you say, schools and so on, it's not just a 1-2. We don't have the time to do diagnostic testing right now. So what we have to do is to collaborate with the home schools, which they are coming from, to get that information.
All right.
To the students.
Thanks.
So we are well on board.
Brilliant, brilliant. Good to see you, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Northwestern, Damien Crawford, Kevin Whittock, principal of the Mount Rossa Primary School, Primary and Infant School actually, and Pastor Howard Facey, rep of the Linstead Ministers Fraternal.
Remember, good.
Has to be.
After the break, we
Indeed.
speak with the Junior School Challenge Quiz 2025 winners, St. Richard's Primary. We'll soon come. Stay with us, please.